Hey everyone, welcome back. We are still looking at our HMH digital resources. Today we are going to look at how to find those resources quicker. So the last time we looked at how we can find our resources through our teacher's guide. This time we are going to look how we can jump right to those resources. So I'm going to click on module 1 and then I'm going to go right here to where it says week 1. So you have week 1, week 2, week 3. I'm going to click on week 1 so I can filter these resources a little bit so it's not as overwhelming as it can seem. And then I'm going to click on view all resources for week 1. And these are all of the resources that we saw in our teacher's guide, just divided a little bit easier. So if looking at the teacher's guide is too overwhelming for you, that's okay. You can actually look at the topics a little easier and a little bit more organized when you look at it through your resources. So here are the literacy centers that I've pointed out. If I'm just looking for this page, I can open it. Now I'm just going to see this page and I can work through it a little bit easier. I also want to point out that if you create plans, you can add it to your plan. So just click add to plan, add to week 1, and then I'm going to add it. I have a green check mark, so I know that I added it correctly. Right here is where you can filter through these to make it a little bit easier to find what you're looking for. So audience is really important. If you're looking for just your teacher resources, you're going to click on teacher. If you're looking for just your student resources, you're going to click on student. You'll notice the biggest difference between student and teacher is I can assign the student activities digitally to them. So if I want them to read about, let's say I want them to prepare to read The Inventor's Secret, I can assign it to them by pressing assign, title it what I want, start, end date, give them directions, and then I can select all of my classes. Maybe I'm just selecting one class, or I can filter this by groups. So I don't have any groups created yet, but if I had groups created, then they would show up right here and I could differentiate what I'm assigning to each group. So these are your student resources that you can assign to them digitally. Here's the actual book, the actual story that they're reading. And then also remember, we talked about their online assessments. Here they are right here. Week 1 online assessment, you can open it or you can assign it to them. If you open it, you're just going to see what the students see from their platform. Here are their instructions, and then they will click start to begin. Here's the story that they're actually reading, that text. And then here are the questions that go with that. If you are looking to get to the student printable pages, then you're going to go right here to component. So we want to make sure that we're on students. I'm going to click it again just to make sure. And then I'm going to go to component, and then I'm looking for the printable pages, okay? There's a couple different ones that I like to look for. Here are the selection quizzes. They're going to pop up right here. This is that printable version that you can actually print out. I'm going to go back. I am going to look for the know it, show it pages. These are pages that you can incorporate into your centers. And so those are right here. These are worksheets that they can fill out as they're working through their different stations. And so here's the know it, show it, critical vocabulary. We've already gone over the vocabulary, and this is asking them questions to see if they really understand the vocabulary that they're learning. You'll be learning about author's purpose this week. So here's your comprehension. Right here in the right-hand corner, it will tell you which section this goes with. So this is for decoding, this is for comprehension, and this is for vocabulary. And if you want to make sure that you're in the right place with your resources, grade 5, this is for my 5th graders. This is module 1, week 1. So these are your consumable pages. We used to get actual binders or books with consumables. Now they're online. You can just print these off and give it to them. Okay, here's your decoding. So you have all of those. You also have under component your weekly assessment. So here's that weekly assessment. You have your answer key here, and then you have your student worksheet right here. Okay, there's your answer key. And it tells you your TEKs right here, which ones they're working with. And then here's what they will actually see. What I like about this is you have your reading, and then at the bottom, you have your writing. You can select your genre, and then you can also select your instructional purpose. So if you are just looking for resources for your small group instruction, here they are right here. Okay, if you are just looking for the teacher resources, make sure you press teacher, then make sure you press small group. Okay, here are those resources. So this is just an easier way to get to the resources that you're looking for. So as of now, we've learned that we can get to our resources if we look at our teacher's guide, or we can go straight to the module and straight to the resources. So today we looked at our resources in a more organized and quicker way. So here's our home screen. We clicked on module 1. We clicked on view resources for week 1. And then here are all of our resources. Your friend is going to be this filter right here to help you filter through all of these resources. Otherwise, you're going to have to click through 11 pages to find those resources that you're looking for. So pick which audience. Is it teacher? Okay. Is it student? And then you pick that component that you're looking for. The Know It, Show It pages, you also have your teacher's guide. Your teacher's guide for the Know It, Show It pages are the answer keys, basically. Okay, here is your Get Curious video. All right, so you have everything that you need right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me again.